Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 40 of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, I brought my foot down, I got the side of my foot, got on the leg of my chair, sorry about that. Anyways, last time, we found out that the real murder weapon that killed the Master Artemis 2 imposter was actually the Moe Primidux statue. We found that the Babille one was fake, and that the last one is real. We're investigating the Rose Garden, and we also obtained Wit Crystal Oil, which looks oddly enough like that one talisman from Dark Side 2, where basically, you know, the one that Death had the entire game that contained the souls of the Nephilim. Yeah. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. Okay. So this is why Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. The stage was set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. At such foreplay, if there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool, they really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Damn my sinuses. Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and 1 person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang? Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, you received word from Ambassador Alba. We were to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come so far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Badge. Prosecutor's badge. Langsy says there is no value in trusting those who bear this mark. Let me fill you in on what I hate the most in this world. People who go around showing off that badge. Sorry, but that's one opinion I'll never go budge. In that case, I would love to have seen Sebastian do a case with Lang. Hey, Mr. Wolfman, look at my prosecutor's badge! And they're like, you fool! And then Lang picks up the badge, help, Justine! Pop, someone, he's lifting me up! And then Justine, put him down now! In the name of the gospel! And then Lang, oh, if that's what you did. And then Lang just yeets Sebastian, just throws Sebastian across the room. Ah! And then Justine gets a call. Yes? Justine, I had a sense. Sebastian was hurt. I felt pleasant for once. Sorry? Okay. Yes, wonderful. Agent Lang, I'd like to ask your opinion on this piece of evidence. Are you joking? You're asking for my opinion? Our mutual goal is to search for the truth, in which case, wouldn't cooperation be best? Langsy says only cooperate with those you can trust. Sorry, but I'm not to place my trust in you, prosecutor scum, so easily. I think that's a no. You were acting as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief alright with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. And when cries of "It's the Yatagarasu" ran out, the next second the spotlight went off. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain, the Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible the shadow belonged to someone else. Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. Though I love how Lang is so quick to trust Franziska, even though she's Manfred's daughter. I always found that kind of weird that basically Lang, he's going so far as to call Franziska sis, when literally her father was basically forging evidence for 40 years, and she boasts about it! She boasts about the Von Karma way! You'd think that he'd be at least a little suspicious of her. But no, it's like, let's be nice to Franziska, literally. This is the theme that also carries on to the next game, where basically just people where people just bash Edgeworth for being associated with Manfred, yet Franziska gets off scot-free. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with the same shape, not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. That sounds a little like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. I suspect no less from my support. Now let's hear what you have on on the subject. What really cast the shadow of the Yatagarasu? Okay. No! Oh my God! Thank you, Lord! Oh my gosh! I had a near panic attack there for a second. The sound appearing and disappearing child of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by the statue? Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? I'm ending this episode after this video. Sorry, I'm ending my recording session after this video. This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct, however. This statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? Where's the other part of the real form of the Yatagarasu shadow? Okay, the other statue? It's another statue? The Yatagarasu shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by made? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch that reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up the spotlights to cast a shadow on the King Primidux and the battlefield, the shadow of the king statue will appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primidux, her silhouette would also be on the backdrop of the stage. Aha! So we're to combine the two shadows. It looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? It looks like a unicorn dictator. Calm down, Franziska! The way the light needs to be shown on the queen statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the king statue needs to be used for this work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part? Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right, I apologize. And, yes, think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah! That's right, it can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Franziska, can we please adjust the spotlight position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's... Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand. And then pulled the plug after the people saw that what the culprit wanted them to see. In the panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a contract from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabas tonight. The only country that they visited was Babille, although it can be assumed the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabas. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who sat at the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solve is in the case is the existence of the accomplice. I swear, oh my gosh, I was just in a panic. I was like, oh my gosh, did the game freeze again? Complete, fill my bar. Fill my bar. Okay, how's the investigation going? Okay, I was close. Detective Mad, have you come to join in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge, and my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come, so if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering, and one woman claimed, I'm telling ya, I'm a genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is a photo I got from her. Why in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air, and then Franziska, she's just getting those nightmare flashbacks. I'm gonna play that video. That video is just gonna come back. Fabulous! The times, they are a-changin'. Oh, not that song! I hate that song! It's not just a man, but evidence even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see, so this was taken after the fire. The blur in this picture took off from the base of the Babyliss embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabas. This is simply not possible! People are incapable of flight! I will not go through this again, Miles Edgeworth! The nightmares will not haunt me again! What nightmares, Franziska? You know the nightmares, Miles! They haunt me even now!
He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous.
Damn clown! Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Oh, Miles Edgeworth, you do not know! Franziska, she's still haunted by those memories! Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well, too, actually, and I do not want to remember, and they bring back horrible, horrible memories!
I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this big mistake. Bright red! Or is the technical term crimson lake?
Maybe it happened more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off in the Babyliss embassy, so I should start from there. Franziska, I need to return to the Babylon investigation for a bit. Alright! Just leave me to my troubles, Miles. Leave me to my PTSD. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you.
Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation.
Yes, let's. Ugh, my game is glitching. It's glitching. March 14th, 10:37 p.m. Babylon's Emissary Secretariat's office.
To think, after all that running around, we're back to where we started.
It would appear that way.
Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet?
I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Poliano, but I have yet to find his killer. How let you know?
Then I guess his mother really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Poliano.
Actually, there's one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier.
Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content.
Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador.
If you would bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Maliano. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha. You don't have to waste such nights without me, little miss. Hey, Sir Poliano.
You sure got those two sure got chummy awfully quickly.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but we really should. Where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah, when I came to this room, the person was already gone. I'm willing to bet that the person was chasing a Mr. Cochrane's killer. I bet the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochrane's killer.
We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Mr. Yu is also somehow involved.
I knew it! That woman's most definitely Mr. Cochrane's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Speaking of the Yatagarasu mysteries, I received a most mysterious photograph from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad, he's taking part in the investigation too?
Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad.
Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
What? This kind of looks like the person in the long car was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't think the answer to your question. I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either.
But this could be how the person escaped.
Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more clearly. We can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where it left off. Okay, let's search around. Desk. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire.
Yeah, I guess we should hurry and get started examining everything.
I will rest until I inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. That looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try singing it?
No, I better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at the crime scenes.
That's because I am a prosecutor and it's part of my job to examine things.
And my job is to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
It doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through his drawer a bit.
I suppose we really should take a look. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Is this box somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Where is it? Eureka! The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, you're right! What's this? It looks like something straight out of the Monument Valley. Ah, yes, that note was a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of selling them, you see.
Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it.
Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you.
Are you sure they haven't been burned to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Pariano, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note.
Yes, it looks like Manny's handwriting.
I see, in that case.
Oh, did you figure something out?
This note was found in Alabas. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Master Mask 2.
The Mask 2? Then this note?
Yes, it's a request from Mr. Cochran from the Mask 2 to steal the Primidux statue.
What? Manny tried to steal Alabas' Primidux statue?
We would know for sure if we could write a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochran?
Yes, I can gather a few of them for you.
I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis.
I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this.
Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue?
There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my passionate speculation.
Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out.
Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about?
Which one? There was more than one tonight?
Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires at the Barbary's embassy tonight. What a bother all of it was. Wait, but the only fire we know is the one after the Jammin' Ninja show. Where the first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theatergoers, we decided to keep it internal.
Then the fires after the Jammin' Ninja show was the second one of the night?
Exactly!
So the fire witness was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floor were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. I just coughed up a giant thing of snot. Ugh. It's like a giant ball of mucus. Ugh. Ew. Gotta wipe it off. I'll handle it later.
So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained on this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's, how should I put it, a very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Palomino. Oops, they're gonna be going on now. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again?
We were discussing what your actual whereabouts were today were, and if you happen to know what Mr. Cochran's actions were and whereabouts were as well.
Ah, yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that I had a roll for breakfast.
Paulino, wouldn't you want to eat your breakfast first, then brush your teeth? Hold it. Fascinating. How about if you just skip the relevant parts of it? What about the roll? Did you eat with the butter? Did you eat with a jam? Did you use marmalade? Was it a single roll or was it 2 rolls? Was it like a Kaiser buns or a roll, or was it like a baking powder biscuit? And if it was a baking powder biscuit, was it like a large fluffy baking powder biscuit, or one of those flimsier ones that you find at the Cracker Barrel? I don't know. Like the Cracker Barrel has some pretty good baking powder biscuits. I mean, really, they're a little salty, sure, but they got a nice punch to them. Good for long road trips. Only I can go on a tangent about rolls. No, really, I'm a nice bread person. I like a nice, good roll, you know, but not like a roll that's too fluffy. I like a roll with a little bit of substance to it, you know, like a thick roll, but not like a roll. But the roll has to have like some savoriness in it, you know. It can't be like one of those flimsy, like it tastes like a semi-burnt piece of cardboard. You know those rolls. Also, a good dipping sauce is necessary, like an olive oil, nice olive oil, nice spicy olive oil with plenty of zing. That bland pure olive oil, I just cannot do. I need some zing to my olive oil. I need the spice that's nice for my olive oil. Though I also like a good butter, though typically I will eat a roll plain rather than put butter on it. I don't know why, I just prefer the roll plain. I also like to sniff the bread while I eat it. I like to sniff it. I like to savor the smell of the roll while I'm eating it. Just Savor that bready smell to it. I don't know why, I just like doing that. Like, I stick my nose in the whole roll and just savor the aroma. This big internal whiff. Okay, anyways, let's just get through all these. So, what did Mr. Cochran and you do this morning?
Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Diamond Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo-op, so we were here tidying up his office.
You have cleaned Mr. Cochran's office. Why are you not cleaning your own?
Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the Primidux statue and the Bubbly's knife that are down here.
I see.
But the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some fires. We no longer need the expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh? How about that? I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger.
Oh, he was very good, being very mad. Why, even this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Beverly's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the fires, you see. He got mad at me, saying I should treat the ink with more respect.
Apparently orders go up the chain of command around here.
That's about it for what we did this morning. Just calm them cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Sorry. Afternoon activities. Now then, if you could please tell me what you and Mr. Cochran did this afternoon.
Well, Manny and I went down together to the theater of Nutaris. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show.
A little while later, after I had seen myself of it, I returned to the theater. Because I was to take part in the photo-op on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo-op at the end.
It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Albert, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare my handshake photo-op with the Diamond Ninja.
He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador.
When I got to my office, that's when the fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But then, the second one, I peeked in and heard the embassy staff put it out.
So you did see Mr. Cochran again after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep.
I see. Ambassador Pagliardo, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry, I couldn't be more of assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright?
I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochran had the mask too.
Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event. But because of the Yatagarasu fires here, that got cancelled, didn't it? I'm actually relieved that the rest of the event has been cancelled. We see Babi's statue, well, it's just a replica.
And did Mr. Cochran know about the Babi's Primidux statue?
Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We had to do something once the statue was revealed as a replica. As we expected, I was very nervous today as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
Well, when I told Manny my concern, he said, let me handle it, he'll be alright. I found a way to ensure you're the ambassador of the United Codofia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that nod, I realized he was serious.
Mr. Cochran conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Codopian ambassador.
But what is he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever will be.
I don't know the answer to that, why he was trying so hard yet. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Okay. Anyways, I think now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you still going to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do as you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.